click, you've been Pokémon snapped. Would you please sign this release or I can't use the images? Over 20 years since it was launched, Pokémon Snap is getting a sequel, New Pokémon Snap. But is it gonna be any good? Hi, I'm J-Turn, but you can call me Jake, everybody does, and today I'm going to be talking about New Pokémon Snap and the things that excite me about it and the things that maybe don't excite me about it so much, okay? This is a kind of like silly gaming entertainment channel, and apparently includes half-assed costumes. You should know this is about Pokémon Snap because my shirt has a Pokémon on it, and I'm dressed like a researcher, and I have a camera. Hello! Now, about Pokémon Snap. Pokémon Snap came out over 20 years ago in 1994 for the Nintendo 64. It looks like an old school arcade shooting game using an on-rail system to take you through cute Pokémon-filled set pieces while you try and take the very best pictures you can of the Pokémon in their natural habitat. I was obsessed with this game as a kid, and it was kind of just because it was like so natural. Do you know what I mean? It had like, in a sense, a lot of world building, I guess, which I think when I was a little kid was why I loved the anime so much. I don't know if world building is the right word, but I guess it lets you imagine what life would be like if the world of this game was real. Do you know what I mean? Wildly different from the game where most of the time your Pokemon are just in balls in your party, right? Like the anime and Pokemon Snap, at least from what I remember as a kid, really were the things that made you think about living in the world of Pokemon, you know? A world you wanted to live in desperately, but you couldn't. So what is the best way to get as close as you could to living in that world? Spending every day playing every Pokemon game that you can get your little mitts on. Play more Pokemon games, play more Pokemon games. It's like a delicious capitalist cycle. Honestly, yeah, as a kid I was obsessed with this game, and it's probably one of my all-time favorite games because of that personal history with it. Do you know what I mean? I have such fond nostalgia of Pokémon Snap, and that's not because it's brilliant. It's probably aged like shit, to be honest. Like, I remember it being very simple, but I loved it. I was a Pokémon kid, and I'm pretty sure that little 8-year-old me, this was the first game that I finished, like that I played all the way through, start to finish, like the first game I completed. The first game that I was looking up secrets about on like Game Facts. Wait, does that work out time-wise? Was Game Facts around in 1999? Or am I having false Pokemon memories? Again. Maybe it was Super Cheats then. Remember Super Cheats? God. For anyone here who's younger than me, there used to be dedicated websites to cheats for games that didn't have cheats in them, so then they just had guides on them. And the guides would tell you how you needed to get the Articuno egg hatched or whatever. My sister once printed off a game fac for Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town, and it was like 80 pages long, and we got in trouble. But you know what? I was flicking through that for hours at a time, thinking of all the crops I was gonna grow, and then didn't. Anyway, here we are in 2021, many years later, and finally, a new Pokemon Snap game is being released, named creatively New Pokemon Snap. And the little 8-year-old boy in the heart of this 28-year-old man could not be more excited, okay? Coming out on the 30th of April, New Pokémon Snap is built largely on the same on-rails mechanics and is set in the uninhabited island region of Lental, where you are going to help with a research project documenting the Pokémon on the island. According to the game's director, Haruki Suzaki, there's been several attempts at a new Pokémon Snap game in the past, but this is the first project that has really stuck. It's being produced by Bandai Namco Studios, the developers of such games as Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and Mario 8 Deluxe. So, trusted partners of Nintendo, even if not the usual Pokemon developers, Game Freak. And it's also not the first Pokemon game they developed either. Bandai is responsible for Pokken Tournament, a Pokemon fighting game that combines Bandai's Tekken series with Pokemon characters. So all around it sounds like it's in great hands, right? So what I'm going to do today as a big time Pokemon fan and as a super fan of the first game is I'm going to talk about all the stuff I'm really excited about, the yay, and all the stuff that I'm maybe a bit more apprehensive about, the And I'm going to do it in a beautiful internet-friendly numbered list. Thank you, Jenny Nicholson. And also sandwich them together in a nice little yay, 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 sandwich. Because, you know, then we don't get too negative and then we don't get too positive either, because I'm a real artistic critique, right? Sure, I'm a professional, I'm not just some dude in a room. And that means I can't just sit here and gush about how excited I am. I have to be critical, because art is pain. Anyway, as usual, before we get into it, we have to go through the usual YouTube guff. I'm a small channel, so any engagement you want to give me is super, super helpful for my growth, and YouTube especially likes it when you give a little like and comment double whammy. It really shows them that you like my video and that you think I'm a super great, intelligent, interesting, engaging person. That's right, together we can trick YouTube into thinking that. But don't worry if you can't think of anything to comment. Why don't you give me, a camera emoji. Give me a little camera emoji, and then I'll know that you want to help out any way you can. I also have a £1 Patreon if you fancy supporting me as a creator, and I'll leave information on that in the description below. So, let's get into it, shall we? The yay and the eh? Here we go. Professor Mirror. Professor Mirror is a cutie, right? Let's get that one out of the way. Let's get that one out of the way. Professor Mirror is a cutie. He's like that kind of friend's dad hot, right? Where like, maybe if you pass him in the street or something, he's not gonna snag your eye. He's not gonna get cast in a perfume advert in the Pokemon world, putting it up in Cerulean City, but he's got something. He's got something, isn't he? He's got something. He lives out in an uninhabited region, so you know he can handle himself. You know he's an outdoorsman, and he's intelligent because he's in charge of his own research project. He's the whole package. The whole package. So that was my first shallow yay. Let's get on to, let's follow it up with a shallow A. The little camera. I know they had to be current, right? I know they had to be current. I know they've got to move with the times. I know everyone's got a tiny camera in their bag, right? Everyone's got a phone, but listen, there is a kind of, I wish this camera was bigger, right? There is kind of a magic to a big ass camera, right? And I mean, in my day job, I use like cameras, right? They're not very small. They're not very small. They're still pretty big, right? And I've seen enough Planet Earth behind the scenes documentary of men like laying in the snow waiting to get some video of a seal for 8 weeks to know that the best video equipment, the nature tracking video equipment, camera equipment, still pretty big. I don't know, like this is such a silly little thing, but I just think that like there is kind of a whimsical magic to big chunky photography equipment that just screams photography. And in a game that is all about photography, I'd have thought maybe they would have just been more camera aesthetic. Do you know what I mean? There's charm to a big camera. And that has absolutely no effect on the quality of the game. The graphics. Okay, this game looks gorgeous, all right? You watch that trailer footage, this game looks gorgeous. Everything's so beautifully lit and detailed and textured, and yeah, sure, at times the lighting's a bit intense, which makes it feel maybe a bit less Pokemon-y, right? Because we're used to sort of like the animated look. But that's gonna be fine in its own context, do you know what I mean? A bit of intense lighting maybe is gonna leave more room for like editing the pictures, right? Like maybe it's gonna leave more room for you being able to get a good angle where they're like being lit face on or something. Like, I think it looks fantastic. All of the locations look gorgeous in the trailer. One of the locations, right, the jungle, from what I can tell, it's called Foundja Jungle, as in Foundja, which is so cute. It put a little smile on my face when I read that on Cerebi. See, I'm a researcher, you see, a Pokemon researcher. Illumina Pokemon. Illumina Pokemon. Okay, like I get it, don't like it, I'm not really into it, right? Like it's just, another one? Another one? I know that you need to be able to take pictures of Pokemon doing cool stuff, right? But like, you need another gimmick? We've got Shinies, Z moves, Mega Evolution, Shadow Pokemon, Purified Pokemon, Regional Pokemon, Dynamaxing, Gigantamaxing, like, all of the Pokemon in this game could do that. They could do that, right? Like, you could chuck Z Crystal at them, or you could chuck, I don't know, what is it that makes them Gigantamax? Some red energy crystal, something? I don't know, like, I'm just saying that if you need to do something silly to Pokemon, you've got half a dozen or more mechanics you could just use for that. And now we've got Illumina Pokemon as well. All right. Like, that doesn't make the game any worse. It's fine, right? This is just apprehensive. This isn't real criticism, but like, all right, fair enough, whatever. I'm not excited about that, but it's something, isn't it? It's something. The game's got stuff in it. That's good. Pokemon calls. New calls, you guys. New calls! The Pokemon actually make animal sounds. The Pokemon make animal noises, that's so fucking cool. This is such a little, like, minuscule thing, okay, but it just made me very excited. The director of this game I mentioned earlier also said that they'd looked at the behaviors of real animals that were adjacent to the Pokemon they were animating. And I feel like you can kind of tell. All the animations and stuff are just really nice and smooth, and maybe that kind of research direction for the animation for making the Pokemon is what informed maybe like, oh, maybe let's not get voice actors for this. Maybe let's use animal sounds. There's a source buck in the trailer that makes a real deer noise, and I'm obsessed with that. At another point, there's like a little swanner with ducklets gathering behind it, and you know what? They quack! They quack!
Introducing Illumina Orbs. Use an Illumina Orb on a Pokemon.
I think I saw a little Pikachu somewhere in the trailer like sneak out a little Pika, and like, of course it did. Little overused mascot, innit? You get in those woods with Sawsbuck and you learn how to make a real animal noise. Just pretend if you want. I'm not gonna be here long, I'm only trundling along in this silly little on-rails vehicle. You know what, Pikachu, it's your house, you make whatever noise you want. Online features. There's like a kind of Pokemon Instagram built into this thing apparently, right? It would appear, where like, you get to share your images online and other people get to like them, and then it gives you like a global ranking with the pictures you took and stuff. That just seems like a popularity contest, and also is not everyone just gonna like everything? The sweet medals are supposed to be the equivalent of like liking a picture. It's like, sweet! Why do you need them? You're gonna tally up these medals? It shows you like getting the medals when people click on it. Are they gonna be spent on like customizables? Unlockable customizables? Like, am I gonna get some sick rims for that vehicle that you travel in? The Neo 1. The Neo 1. Okay. It was called the 01 in the first game. Now it's called the Neo 1. Okay, so if I get enough, like, sweet medals, can I get some sick rims for my Neo 1? Can I get some neon underglow for my Neo 1? A spoiler, maybe? Some NOS for my Neo 1? Zooming about? Can I get Vin Diesel in the passenger seat for my Neo 1? All right. I'm converted. Sweet. Leave the sweet sweet. Leave the sweet medals in there. I say sweet enough in my regular vocabulary anyway. Anyway, sweet. Puzzle gameplay. Puzzles. So like in the first game, basically you had like you had a couple of very simple gadgets, like a flute, an apple, what do they call it? A fluff fruit, I think actually. I don't know why they can't say apple, but you could like use bait or the flute to try and get Pokemon throughout the level to do things, to interact with each other. And sometimes their interactions would set off a chain of events that would change something in the level. Like if you could get a Pikachu close enough to this huge egg, it would electrocute the egg and the energy would hatch the egg into a Zapdos. And then suddenly you've got a super rare Pokemon flying around the level. Like stuff like that. They're making a comeback, okay? They're making a comeback in new Pokémon Snap. Very cool. So like you can get Pokemon to do stuff in the level with your gadgets, and you can unlock different routes. You can unlock like special little Pokemon scenarios, like little Pokemon interactions. All very cool. I don't expect any of these to be challenging even remotely in the slightest, okay? They weren't in Pokemon Snap. They were very easy to figure out, but they still were fun, right? You didn't know what was gonna happen. You could be like, oh, I know that's gonna do something if I do that, but then it was still a cute surprise every time. I remember like as a kid figuring out how to like knock a Charmeleon into the lava and then it bursts out as a Charizard, and like that was just cool. It's just sick. It was very exciting and very rewarding, which like, again, reminds me of what made this game so magical to me as a kid, which was like Pokemon interacting in their natural habitat, right? It gives the like world of Pokemon authenticity, especially when you're 8. In-camera editing. Now, this one I could be wrong about, okay? Because from what I've read online so far, I'm a researcher, it would appear that the zoom of your camera while you're moving around the level doesn't matter. You just need to snap the picture, because once you've snapped it, you can change the zoom, you can even change the subject if you want to move around to a certain part of the image that's got multiple Pokemon in it, and you can reframe and you can re-edit. Now, part of what was fun about the first game is you had to be quick and you had to have good reaction times and be at the right zoom to be able to frame it right and take it right. And that was part of the fun of the gameplay. If they've removed that and you can just do it in camera, I think that's actually removed some of the fun, removed some of the replay value even, because you don't need to have framed the shot right. You just need to hit the snap button at the right moment, which is a lot easier than having to be prepared for that moment. In the first game, you would maybe go through one run of the level and realize something was happening, and you think, oh, that's so cool, and you spin around and you try and aim to get the best picture of it, but you don't get the best picture of it because you only just noticed it's there, which means it gives you an incentive to think like, right, I'm going to go back and do the level again and try and remember when that happens, and then you'll know it's coming and you're ready to frame the best possible shot of it, right? I think something is lost if that isn't something that has to happen anymore. Do you know what I mean? If you can reframe the shot however you want, once it's taken, that has removed a gameplay element. And I think that's sad. But, you know, like I said, I don't know if that's something that you can do before giving the picture over for rating, right? Or for all I know, that's just something that you can do after you've already finished the level and given your pictures over to the professor and been like, here's my pictures from this level. Because if so, then that doesn't matter. Yeah, sure, do whatever you want with them once they're in the gallery, right? But if you can snap whatever picture you want from everything that's around you at just the click of a button, yeah, that seems like a bad idea. Conclusion. So it would appear that in terms of core mechanics, right, in terms of core gameplay, little to nothing has changed. And that suits me just fine. If Nintendo were a more tech-forward company than a kind of, I don't want to say clunky innovation company, but clunky innovation company? That might fuck a lot of people off, but like, if you want to look me directly into the eyes and say that Nintendo is keeping pace technologically with the rest of the gaming industry, then good for you. You can either confidently lie or you're under the thumb of a brand, okay? Pick your poison. Anyway, if Nintendo was keeping pace with the rest of the gaming industry, I bet that this would make a sick VR game, okay? The little vehicle I mentioned earlier has like a 360 view of all the surroundings. You can use the control stick to swing around and look in any direction while you're traveling through the levels. And that's very cool and screams VR, right? You have a whole 360 view of the Pokemon world around you. Yes, VR, that would be so amazing. If you kind of think about it, it's like a theme park ride anyway, right? Like, it would make a really good theme park ride too. That's irrelevant to this game, but like in the future when there's a Pokemon theme park, if the company lasts that long, oh, surely there's gonna be a Pokemon Snap ride, right? You're just sitting in something and being taken through. That's a theme park. So like, yeah, those are the things that I think are really exciting about new Pokémon Snap, and the things that maybe aren't so exciting about Pokémon Snap. But overall, yeah, I'm really, really excited for this game. I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be good. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Yeah, there's like some things to, you know, pick apart about it. There's probably gonna be when it comes out, when it launches. But you know what? Like I've said on this channel before, that's how I show my love. I like paying too much attention to the things I love. It's how I show my love. So that's that. If you would like to help out my channel, like I said, I'm a growing boy and any interaction you can give me really helps. Like and a comment together, YouTube really loves that. And I've got my £1 Patreon as well. Details on that in the description. And if you can't think what to send me, why don't you a flash emoji, right? A flash emoji to show me that you watched all the way through and you got to the end. Let me know what you think of the new trailers and stuff like that. Are you excited about Pokemon Snap? Are you going to buy it on release? Because it's the price of a full price game. And if it's anything like the first Pokemon Snap, which was about 3 hours long, then it's probably not going to be worth the price of a fully priced game. Okay, cool. I should have made that one of my little concerns, shouldn't I? Anyway, okay, bye.